Okay, so the question today is, can you meditate with your music on? The short answer is yeah. It's totally possible to meditate with music on, especially when it's external, soothing music in the background. There should be absolutely no problems with being able to sustain your meditation practice while having some soothing music in the background. When I began meditating 4 years ago, I started to experiment, if you will, with guided meditations. So a pre-recorded meditation that you plug in your earphones and you kind of follow through the steps of whatever this meditation has to offer. And usually there's background music in those, soothing background music during the guided meditation. So it never felt like, there was no heavy metal playing or things like that. It was always kind of peaceful, and it never felt like it was interfering with my meditation practice. And I would indeed at the end of the guided meditation, I would kind of I'd feel peaceful. I'd feel like I got whatever this meditation had to offer me. I would have gotten it out of it. But I think it's important to note that there is the possibility of getting carried away, if you will, with playing music and meditating, because it can get into the way of you understanding what your practice is doing for you in your daily life. I think especially when we think about mainstream music and any emotional music that we associate memories with, that we associate, with painful events in our life, love songs and things like that. They can be a nice resource of emotional support. But when you go into a meditation, maybe you just broke up with someone, or maybe someone said a bad thing to you, and you're like, oh, you know what, I need to practice meditation, I need to calm down. But then you put on this music, and it starts to play with your own emotions, with your heart, and the next thing you know, you're just sitting with your eyes closed, and you're just repeating the experience in your mind, and you're not really getting the most out of meditation that you could be getting. If instead of listening to this emotional music, you went on YouTube and you typed yoga music, meditation music, peaceful piano music, anything that doesn't necessarily invoke any additional emotions in you, because in meditation we learn that our emotions they're part of who we are, and in meditation we have the ability to recognize our emotions and kind of let them go on the basis of that we see what this emotion is trying to tell us, and then it's up to us to be like, you know what, I learned my lesson, and it's time for this emotion to go. Versus even in my own experience, when I've tried to listen to my own favorite songs, and I would go into my meditation and I would put my earphones in, and I'm listening to my favorite songs, and next thing I know, I'm just repeating a certain experience in my life that happened, painful experience, or whatever experience I associate with the particular song that I'm listening to, and it gets into your way of enjoying meditation, and most of all enjoying yourself. You should never kind of like try and reinforce your own emotions just because you feel angry or you feel things like that. But if you have an external speaker system in your home, or you have an external speaker that you can carry with yourself somewhere in the forest or wherever you like to meditate, then yeah, listening to soothing music in the background is absolutely beneficial to your meditation, because it just further helps you calm down. It just further helps you to relax, because you kind of like recognize that this music it's peaceful, and it's not really heavy, and there's no one really talking so much, and there's not all these lyrics getting into the way of your own thoughts. So you can just be with the moment, and you can enjoy the moment for what it is. So see what works best for you. Experiment with guided meditations, experiment with listening to your favorite songs, experiment to listening to nothing at all but your surroundings, the wind and the birds chirping in the background. Practice, experiment, see what works for you, and once you find the one thing that works really well for you, just stick to it, because at the end of the day it's going to bring you somewhere, and from there on and on. So I hope it's kind of like a helpful explanation for how I perceive the process of listening to music while meditating. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, thank you.